let me start it off. This all started when I bought an N64 and bought the game GoldenEye. Probably one of the best games of all time. And in that game, my favorite character to play in multiplayer in the temple or the complex was Jaws. So in 1979, a little movie came out called Moonraker. It was a great James Bond movie. And in the movie, Jaws had a girlfriend. So the one of the characters had metal teeth and he would bite things, like typical James Bond type villain. And Jaws had a girlfriend. And I distinctly remember he kissed his girlfriend and their braces got stuck on his teeth. And she had pigtails and braces and everything. And then lo and behold, I watched the movie again and there was no braces. Just don't take things at face value like I did with the Jaws and his girlfriend. It doesn't make sense. I remember that movie. I watched that movie. I used to love James Bond. She had braces. No matter what you say, I remember those braces. So my parting thought is just if you believe something, don't take what people think. So from that I'll start with a question so you guys can answer.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, basically. Mandela. Do you think Nelson Mandela died in prison or died out of prison?
In prison.
I don't even know. I don't know anything about it.
I remember he died in prison. Guess
Matt's
what?
Googling it right now.
He didn't. He lived a long life, and he didn't die in prison. So that's another Mandela effect. I'll leave you guys one with that's the really big Mandela effect one is, remember Forrest Gump would say life, and then you can finish the sentence. Go ahead.
It's like a
box of chocolates.
So, one more time.
Life
is like a box of chocolates.
Are you sure?
No, I actually just looked this one up the other day.
So if you go and watch the movie again, it says life was like a box of chocolates. Even though Tom Hanks himself, when you look it up, says, I said life is like a box of chocolates. What's going on here? Why is this happening? Why are so many small little things changing? And that brings us down to Cern. So we'll go into that.
Can you explain what the Mandela effect is to everybody who's listening?
It's a group consensus that you think something's right when it's not. The human mind, I took psychology in college. I graduated with that in my degree. About 76% of what you remember, you can relate to it. So basically like 76% of things you see and encounter, you're able to
recall.
Yeah. And if I go through this list, which we'll do later, you're not going to recall half of it. It's something happened. Like.
Can I do my biggest Mandela effect one?
Sure.
This is the one that like. This is the one that like is the most like screwed up to me. Okay, so in the Bible, in Isaiah 11:6, it says the blank will lay down with the lamb.
Oh, the lion.
The lion. I'm going to read it right here. The wolf will live with the lamb. The leopard will lie down with the goat, and the calf and the lion and the yearling together. The lion will lay down with the lamb is nowhere in the Bible.
But we all remember it.
But we all remember it as that. Also,
the jealous God.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
He doesn't say that. He says, no, I am your father. He doesn't say, Luke, I am your father.
There's a lot of
and he talks about that. He's like, no, he definitely who was the guy that played Darth Vader? What's his name?
Not Samuel Jackson.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah. He's like, no, that's what I said. I said, Luke, I am your father.
Same with Tom Hanks.
Like, how crazy is that? Because these people
for me, Tommy Boy is the reason I say, Luke, I am your father, because that's what Tommy Boy says.
That's true.
When he's talking into the fan.
In The Office too with Pam, she's Luke, I am your father. And it was like a really terrible impression.
Yeah.
For me, mine is the Berenstein Bears.
I'm looking at that one right now.
We're going to go over this stuff later.
I know.
Right?
I'm just so mad about that one because my son has a Berenstain Bears. I don't know what that is, but the Berenstein. I know it is.
I have that Sega. I got to find the game. Maybe I can debunk the Mandela effect.
All right. Go. Continue.
All right. So a lot of people's consensus this happened because something that's going on in the Franco-Swiss border. A little thing called Cern. All right. Do you guys know what a collider is? Like wood, you can act upon this like by burning it, right? You can burn wood, make a fire, everything like that. So what happens is when you spin these hadrons close to the speed of light, they change and they become something called antimatter. So they say the universe was created with matter and antimatter. Antimatter is very unstable. That's why there's not a lot of it in the universe, and we can't really make a lot of it. So what they're doing is they're spinning this thing at almost speed of light, and they interact with each other in 4 different points, and they create this antimatter. So if you imagine 1 gram, I don't know, how much is a gram? Like you imagine like...
I have no idea.
Like you're going to do it in
A feather?
Yeah, so 1 feather of this stuff is the same as 4 nuclear bombs. So that's how dangerous this antimatter is. And they're creating that for a moment in this hadron collider. And so a lot of people say that when they're creating this, it's connection to the spirit world. So you have that much energy, it opens up like a portal or a connection to the spirit world. So I'll just move from there. So they made this large hadron collider, and right outside of it, they decided to put this giant statue. No joke, like this door's entrance to the Cern collider, and right outside of it is a giant statue of Shiva.
Wait, before you get into this, where in the border is it? It's buried in the ground, right?
Yeah, it's like 100 feet underground.
No, over 500.
540, I think.
Yeah,
I thought it was 576.
Yeah, it's a very specific number.
No,
and they talk about
way
it,
down there,
they talk about that number a lot in a lot of the history about it. Like, because it has something, like, there's a reason that it's
because they're using the crust, because they have to go below the crust of the Earth because that keeps the radiation from leaking up.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't keep it from leaking down, which is, I guess, fine.
I don't know, on their website, like, I didn't look into it. They just said that because it was easier to build that way, but there's probably like an occult thing to it. Why
there's a lot of things like that tied to it, potentially.
There's a lot of strange things.
So I'm going to skip around a lot because I have ADD, so it's going to be all over the place. So
Awesome.
You're good.
No, let's ask a Mandela effect question right now. I forgot about that. Here's the next one. What colors are Uncle Sam's hat? I don't even know this, so you guys can guess too.
I think blue.
Red,
I'll give
white.
you an answer: red or blue. You guys can pick.
Blue.
Non-microphone
Blue is
people.
what I remember.
Blue and white.
Okay, you want to go blue and white? Let's click it. Oh, you guys are correct. Let's just do one more for the heck of it. What is the name of this candy bar? And if you imagine Kit Kat, does it have a apostrophe in the middle or no?
A hyphen.
Yeah, hyphen. I guess I'm English second language here, so let's go. Kit
I would
Kat.
say,
I don't
say
remember.
yes, it has a hyphen.
It has a hyphen.
I thought it had a hyphen, yeah.
Operator.
Yeah.
Wrong. Doesn't have a dash.
Hyphenless.
All right, we'll keep going in a little bit. That's just a little treat for you.
All right. I like
So
it.
outside CERN, so there's an entrance to CERN, and right outside of it is a giant statue of Shiva. Shiva is the Hindu god of dance and destruction. So like why would you put that out there? It makes no sense. But let's get into it more. Shiva is a triad god. Triad god is Shiva is the destroyer, Vishnu is the preserver, and Brahma is the creator. So what Shiva does is destroy, so Brahma can recreate. So imagine CERN, they're building this, you put the god outside that destruction and then recreating life, opening that portal, Stargate, whatever it might be. So this collider destroys what comes together to recreate. At least that's what I think. That's why you put the statue of this giant Indian god that kills everything.